Hello, everybody, and welcome to the third annual Talks a Lot Boys Thanksgiving Special. I'm your host. My name is Tyler, and as always, I'm joined by the boys. We've got Brennan.
What's going on, folks?
And we've got Kyle.
Hello.
So, it's the third year that we have done this. It's my favorite goddamn day of the year. I'm just gonna say that. Like, Thanksgiving is my second favorite day of the year, but my favorite day of the year is when I get to talk about Thanksgiving. Today. We get to talk about Thanksgiving stuff. It's a great day. I'm very excited. So, first year, we ranked all of the basic Thanksgiving foods in the order they belong. Last year, we did the same thing with 10 different Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade balloons. And this year, switching it up yet again, we're doing 10 different Macy's Thanksgiving Day floats.
Ooh, baby.
Different than balloons. So don't say that we're rehashing shit, because it's very different, and you will see.
If you don't think that floats and balloons are different, what? Like, how is that like a discerning thing that people don't understand?
I mean, I would hope not, but it's the internet, so it's full of
it's fair.
Stupid people. I was trying to think of a nicer way to say it. No, people are stupid. I don't care. Anyway, speaking of stupid people, we're gonna talk about Thanksgiving floats for a very long time today. And I bet you're wondering, how in the world are you going to A, choose 10 floats to be on this list, and B, rank them in any kind of objective capacity? Well, I'm glad you asked that, person at home who asked that, because we have some rules here on this little old podcast, and I'm going to go over them right now. So, this list of Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade floats consists of one float from each of the last 10 parades. So that'd be 2021 through 2012.
Yep.
I believe. Yes.
Correctamundo.
I can do math. Each float has to have appeared, has to have made its first appearance that year that it was nominated for. Obviously, some floats are in for several years, but this is just going to be specifically their first appearance that we're talking about. And of course, we're going to rank these based on how well each of these floats encapsulates the four pillars of the Thanksgiving spirit. And I know everyone at home already knows what those are, but just in case you're like Canadian or something and you don't know what Thanksgiving is and you don't know what these things are, the four pillars of the Thanksgiving spirit are thanks, giving, family time, and eating so much food that you go into a coma.
Of course.
Got all the rules out of the way. Boys, are you ready to dive into some Thanksgiving fun?
Yeah.
Boy,
hell
am I.
yes.
So I can get it.
I'm excited. All right. Here are our nominees for the Thanksgiving ranking this year. The 2021 nominee is Celebration Gator, brought to us by the Louisiana Office of Tourism.
Start. Let's go.
The 2020 nominee is Tom and Jerry's Tourist Trap, brought to us by Tom and Jerry. I think the shitty movie that came out that year.
Don't talk about that. We just talk about Tom and Jerry being afloat.
Yeah, we'll equate it to just Tom and Jerry's lineage. 2019, the nominee is The Brick Changer, brought to us by Lego. 2018 is Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, brought to us by Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Very
and
creative name, guys.
I guess, kind of.
2017 was Parade Day Mischief, brought to us by Sour Patch Kids.
Ooh.
One of the best candies in the world.
I agree.
2016 was Funhouse, brought to us by Crazy Glue.
Whoa!
The craziest glue in all the land.
So crazy.
2015, The Colonel's Road Trip to NYC, which, if you can't tell, is brought to us by Kentucky Fried Chicken, KFC. I guess they're technically not called Kentucky Fried Chicken anymore. Whatever. Yeah. 2014, Treasure Hunt, brought to us by Pirate Booty, which I did not know what it was until prior to this call. It's popcorn, I guess.
Amongst other things, yeah. It's
well, they make stuff other than popcorn?
Yeah. I mean, like, the white aged cheddar popcorn is like whoa, that's the pirate's booty. But, like, then there's other things that they make.
Okay. I'm not well researched for this episode. 2013, Despicably Delicious, brought to us by Despicable Me. And 2012 was Goldfish on Parade, brought to us by Pepperidge Farms. So, we got some options here.
What do you
now,
mean?
Now, boys, I'm gonna ask you the age-old, timeless question. Are there any of these options that you think belongs at the absolute bottom of this list? Are there any floats on here that you think don't check any boxes of the Thanksgiving spirit?
All right, hear me out. Ready to throw one under the bus. Ready for this?
Yeah.
Might be a hot take. I don't know how much people are dedicated to this float. You mentioned how it's a great candy, but I don't think it's a great float. I'm going to go with Parade Day Mischief. I don't think that float.
How in the fuck are you going to throw Parade Day Mischief at the bottom out the gate? I'm offended on everyone's behalf.
Thank you. I'm glad that you're here to voice the opinions of the people. Let me explain. Parade Day Mischief from a glance, you know. Sour Patch Kids, right? I love Sour Patch Kids. You love Sour Patch Kids. Everyone loves Sour Patch Kids, unless you hate sour candy. And that's awesome. However, candy? This fucking last holiday piece of shit. Get out of here. That was Halloween.
Sour Patch Kids are for every season of the year. There is not a day that goes by that is inappropriate to be eating Sour Patch Kids.
Listen. They had their time. They were very popular during Halloween. They had their time. Let's move on to like food. Like getting. I'm not gonna eat so many fucking Sour Patch that I get into a food coma. Mainly because I'm gonna die of sourness before I get to the food coma of Sour Patch Kids. You are weak. Okay.
No, I have eaten so many Sour Patch Kids I've gone into a food coma before.
Tyler.
You are weak.
And listen.
Your tongue must be made of tissue paper. You
no,
fucking plebeian. Your
Tyler,
insults.
Tyler, I eat a lot of Sour Patch Kids. More than I'm willing to like fully admit to. But I'm trying to think about the common person here, you know? The common person isn't going to throw back 5 bags of all grape Sour Patch Kids like you and me. That's not going to happen. But my point, you know, whatever. Sour Patch Kids is one part of this for me, right? But the other part of this is that this float, you know, a lot of these floats got a lot going on. A lot of detail. A lot of layers, you know? This one's got a giant fucking clown. What does a clown do to invoke the pillars of Thanksgiving? Nothing.
Okay, no, I'll hit you with this. I'll hit you with this right now,
Please,
my friend.
Enlighten me.
Okay. Clowns.
Sure.
What do they invoke?
It's fear.
Feeling uncomfortable. And you know what else makes us feel uncomfortable? Family time. And that is a pillar of the Thanksgiving spirit, okay? It's a pretty big pillar of the Thanksgiving spirit.
That's a really good comeback that I wasn't expecting. And I'll give it to you. And I give you this argument. You know what? That was enough. I'm impressed.
Okay, well, good. I'm glad I've done my job.
I'm impressed.
I vehemently oppose this being last. I think it checks all of the boxes.
Okay. I don't think it catches every box, but it does catch some that you have now enlightened me to. However, Tyler, you were very passionate about this. Do you have something that you're equally as passionate about being the bottom of the list, Mr. Yelling Man?
Well, I'd actually like to hear if Brennan has one that he would like to throw under the bus first.
We screamed a
lot. Celebration Gator. I
What's
really
wrong
don't
with Louisiana, mate.
Because it doesn't check anything off. So like, all right. So thanks. All right. What does an alligator chasing somebody through the fucking swamps of Louisiana have to do with thanks at all? Same thing with giving. If anything, you're giving a limb to this thing. All right. This thing should not be a fucking float chasing kids
that
around.
Box for me. I don't know.
I can't argue with that.
All right, moving on. Family time. All right, like, oh my god, dude. If family time is like, you know, your family hanging out after like calling the police to try to kill this gator after like attacking their child, sure, yeah, family time, that checks as that one. And then eating so much food. This is the only thing that I think it could remotely check off, because after it gets your leg, it's probably going into a coma. So I rest my case.
Okay,
I think Celebration Gator should be at the bottom.
Listen. I appreciate your arguments specifically for the thanks and the giving. I kind of would consider giving it a limb, checking the box of giving, but to each their own, you know. But I'd like to point out specifically the family time thing. Let's not forget that this float is indeed sponsored by the Louisiana Office of Tourism. And everyone loves going on a little trip down to Louisiana, you know? You gotta go down, you gotta see the sights. This is literally sponsored by a thing that gives family time, you know? And
Right.
I think that's a pretty
to counter
well-defined
that
box.
point, if you're going on a fucking tourist trip vacation to celebrate Thanksgiving, you're doing it wrong. There's other times of the year for going to venture into Louisiana. Unless you live there already, and then it's like, or if you have family there, you know, there's exceptions, obviously, but like,
I guess that's
the
fair.
point of this float is to be like, A, what Brennan said, gators are fucking terrifying and they're going to eat you, and then B, being like, hey, come on down and let the gators eat you, and like, I don't know, that doesn't evoke Thanksgiving to me.
No, listen.
Especially compared to like the rest of this list. Like, I think Brennan is spot on. I think this one has to go at the bottom. It's far too horrifying.
I will say
to be thankful for.
You know what? I am outvoted here, and I will just like to put out that I do. It definitely, for me, I think it checks the family time box, but there's some gray area there, and it definitely. I mean, I feel like we can all agree it checks the eating so much food you can go into a coma. This gator looks like it can put some shit down. You know, like it can really eat a lot and fucking take a nice long nap. Especially because it's carrying a fucking
people
house on
meat
its
though
back.
is like the exception to that we should not honor, because
Well,
if you're overdosing on people meat, then that's not Thanksgiving. That's not the Thanksgiving spirit.
That's a thankful gator. That's a lot of meat. You know.
I don't know. We're just gonna lock that
That's
in
fine.
so we can move past it.
Yeah, let's put the bottom.
But yes, I agree with Brennan.
geez.
I think that's probably the weakest one. Here's another one that I think should probably be lower on the list.
Okay.
Treasure Hunt by Pirates Booty. Here's the thing. I'm obviously not familiar with the line of products that this company makes other than that bag of popcorn that you showed me before the thing. But like, pirates. In the same vein that alligators are not Thanksgiving friendly, pirates are also pillagers of the water and should also not be honored with the spirit of thankfulness in the same vein. No one is thankful when a pirate shows up. You go and take your shit. No one is giving pirates anything willingly. They're exchanging their goods for their lives, and that's not fun. and you don't want that. Family time? Pirates don't have families. I guess you could argue, like, but a pirate crew is a family.
Yeah.
They're a family of... Yeah, but, like, they're pirates, so, like, they're scumbags. Fuck them. Eating so much food you go to a coma.
That's a little
There was
offensive.
a lot of backstabbing back then. Like, you have to think.
Yeah.
You know, if somebody like had a chance of getting all the booty for themselves, they were going to do that for sure.
Exactly.
So, there was zero family amongst pirates.
Whoa. Y'all are just talking about old-time pirates. Modern day
Pirates of the Caribbean
are
is not
very
an
much
accurate
more...
representation of the
fucking
of pirate
Somali
code.
pirates. What the fuck?
I'm sorry, I feel like we're taking just movie representation of pirates being backstabby and swashbuckling, but there was camaraderie on these ships. There were so many fucking pirates.
Kyle,
Like,
Kyle.
What?
Did you watch Captain Phillips?
No. I didn't.
I rest my case.
Okay, all right. Well, I guess I've been destroyed.
I'm the captain now.
That's not family
Oh, yeah.
time.
That's
And the only
fucking,
thing
some
Tom Hanks
gimmick.
was thankful for in that movie was when he got back home.
yeah. That's not family time. It's a fucking hostage situation.
Yeah. And eating so much food you go into a coma, literally not possible. They usually don't even have enough provisions to prevent them from getting scurvy.
Fair.
This clearly belongs at the bottom with the
more we
Gators.
talk about
I would
this,
actually argue that this should go below the Gators because at
Yeah,
least
I
the
was
Gators
just-
are promoting tourism.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I'll give it that.
Yeah, I'm down with this because the more you talk about it, the more I've just been sold that pirates are shitheads.
Yeah, pirates are evil. Pirates are not cool.
They're also not.
If
a cool
you
thing
like
to dress
pirates,
as.
then you don't like Thanksgiving. That's all I'm gonna say.
Wow.
Pittsburgh got really mad at you just now.
The pirates. Let's go, Buccos. Even though they suck. Oh my god.
Okay, so we got our
It's
bottom
a-
two locked in. Is there anything else that we think just does not do a good job of capturing the Thanksgiving spirit?
You know? Here's a topical one I'll throw out here, and I personally love the design of the float. Think it's a very cool looking float. However, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles float starts to creep into my mind here a little bit. And don't get me wrong, I think that it does check some boxes, but I think that the you know, because like obviously kind of the argument we made semi for pirates, but then ended up like debunking with like they're a family of turtles, they're a family, you get the family energy, you know, family time, they love each other. Maybe you're like as a family you watch Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but I mean I don't know. The TV show just doesn't really inspire me in a Thanksgiving way, if you know what I'm saying. Unless you feel a different way. I'm not getting Thanksgiving vibes from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh, Kyle. Oh, Kyle, you lost sweet bearded child.
Yes.
The Ninja Turtles, I think that the holiday of Thanksgiving was based off of the camaraderie of the Ninja Turtles themselves. Actually, I think
it wasn't like
you take a look at these pillars next to there's the 4 pillars of the Thanksgiving spirit. There's the 4 Ninja Turtles, right? That right there. Comparison number 1. 4 and 4. The numbers match. Thanks. The Ninja Turtles are always giving thanks for their ninja skills that were taught to them by their rat dad. They're also giving thanks for all that pizza and giving thanks for other thing. I haven't seen Ninja Turtles in a long time.
I heard that like good.
But you know what yes, they're thanking Vanilla Ice for that very cool song in the second live action movie.
Of course.
They're always giving ass beatings to everyone who deserves them. They're always giving high fives and knuckle bumps to each other and really cool catchphrases like give them shell and tubular and stuff like that.
Cowabunga is what
Cowabunga is the big one that yes. Yes.
I was like, okay.
Family time, they're literally a family of turtles with a rat dad.
Yes,
that's like the whole point of it is that they're bros and they say bro a lot and that's family, man. And then, you know, eating so much food you go into a coma. How much fucking pizza does a turtle have to eat for you to give them the credit they deserve, Kyle? I'm pretty sure Michelangelo goes into food comas on like an episodic basis.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, yeah. All right.
Pull your head out of your ass, Kyle. The Ninja Turtles on Thanksgiving.
The sound logic. Holy shit.
When you put it like that, I mean, geez, wow. I guess I'm not in the Thanksgiving mindset. Tyler
it doesn't
over
seem
here
like it.
Yeah, Tyler seems to be really just the embodiment of Thanksgiving right now, honestly.
Let me throw one out there. What do you guys think about the Despicable Me?
That's actually where I was headed next because I fucking hate the Minions.
All right,
and that might be a subjective take, but
who
likes the Minions?
Fuck the Minions.
People get a comment on this, be like, I like the Minions. Well, I don't respect you, person that likes the Minions,
Damn.
because you're either a child or a very lost adult. No one actually likes the Minions. Their movies are not good, and
the first one was all right. Well,
the first one was fine.
Yeah.
But they really overtook the franchise, some like Urkel syndrome, and it ruined everything. I think they really cheapened the lore and the storytelling that was to be had with Despicable Me as a franchise.
Yeah, like
damn.
I got a personal vendetta against these little yellow bastards.
I don't know. Yeah, because I just like I don't really think they embody any kind of spirit. I mean, I haven't seen the first Despicable Me movie in years, and that's probably for the best. I don't know. I don't see this really checking off too many boxes for Thanksgiving spirit.
I don't either.
All right.
Maybe it makes kids happy. That's
hang on. All right. My turn to help you slide your heads out your asses here for a second. All right. Listen up.
You may try.
All right. So the 4 pillars. We begin with thanks. If you are not aware of Despicable Me, and especially in the most recent movies where the Minions like have the lore background of like, you know, supporting Gru and being very thankful for their master Gru, obviously all the time they're fucking giving him all of their time. They're like bending over, fucking doing everything for them, becoming like a fucking chain to like save him being pulled away and shit. Yeah, they're very thankful for their master, giving him all their fucking time. They're a giant fucking family that help each other all the fucking time. Not to mention with the family time that every single family in fucking America went and saw this movie when the first one especially. I don't give a shit about the ones after that, but especially the first one, everyone went and saw it. That was a lot of family time had because of this movie. Then eating so much food you go into a fucking coma. If you take a look actually at this this float here, you'll notice that it's called Despicably Delicious because the float itself is a candy shop where they're all eating a bunch of fucking candy.
But Kyle,
they're gonna
like
get
you just
coma.
said earlier on, candy was the last holidays thing. Get your candy out of my Thanksgiving
Yeah, but you told me that was
dinner.
not a fair argument then, so why
got
isn't it a fair
Seinfeld.
argument now?
Uh,
I'm just saying it checks all the boxes. It definitely checks every box. I think there are other floats that still don't check every box.
Here's the thing. You spun me a little bit. You've sold me on it not being next.
Okay.
But like brace yourself because it's not gonna get much higher.
That's fine. I also, if I'm being honest with you, don't like the Minions.
Good.
So I'm not
That's
like
good.
really passionate.
I'm glad to hear that.
But I think objectively, because they check every box as I've laid out, I don't think they should be next.
I actually like looking over the list. There is one that's jumping out to me that does not fill any of the boxes.
Any of the boxes?
No, and that'd be the brick changer, the Lego brick changer. Here's the thing. Thanks. People do thank each other for Legos, so I'll give it that. It does check that box. Given people give Legos, I'll also give it that. Family time. Legos aren't real. They can't be a family. Also, Legos are not edible. You cannot eat them. Hashtag duh. Hashtag throw that shit at the bottom.
That is fair.
So-
that last one, fair.
Yeah,
Legos do
actually,
not
you know
at
what?
all.
Legos are inanimate. They can't thank or give each other anything either.
No. Okay, that's stupid.
Look,
but
stop,
the eating
stop,
thing.
time out, all right? So, Legos, I have zero idea what the statistics are out there, all right? But I imagine, now granted, this is a different holiday, but I imagine for, like, Christmas, like, Legos are fucking, like, gifts galore. Like, almost every household has some kind of Lego-based gift, all right? More often than not.
It's a fair assumption.
So, lots of giving, lots of thanks, because, you had to be a good kid all year to get that shit from Santa Claus, right?
Especially the expensive ones.
Yeah, especially like the fucking like Star Wars sets, people building a fucking Death Star and shit. Like,
Oh, those
you
are
kidding me?
like $1,000 for one of those.
I know.
That's what I'm saying,
I'm thankful as fuck.
but people are out there dropping this kind of cash, right? And then the last box, I think it checks. I think it checks 3 out of 4. It doesn't check all 4. All right. The last one it checks, of course, is family time, because like you buy this for your kid, all right. Then you spend all day like ripping the box apart. You get the fucking like. Get some instructions. Okay, this is how this goes. And then you build the thing with your kid. And then whenever you as a dad get bored, you're like, fuck this, I'm watching football. Then your kid takes over and he finishes what you helped him start, right? Plenty of family time. Now, of course, eating so much food you go into a coma, it does not check that box. I'm not going to argue that. But to say that like Legos, like fuck Legos, like hell no. That shit was huge in my childhood, just like I know it was in just about everybody else's.
Okay, but also to harken back to the float, the Legos are in the shape of a dragon, and dragons kill families. So counterpoint to
Dragons aren't real. This isn't like.
well, you
this
got
isn't
me
fucking,
there.
This isn't fucking Rain of Fire. Like Christian Bale is gonna come fucking save us all. Like,
I will also say it's very cool that like the actual workers of the float, to talk about the actual float for a second instead of just the pillars, the actual workers on the float are dressed up like the little like Lego engineer guys with like the little like Lego brick hats and everything. I think it's really cute. It's a really cool touch. But no, I 100% agree with Brennan. I think it is like top 3 in 3 of these pillars.
Top 3?
Yeah, 100%. Like, it's like one of the most...
Y'all are talking like you've never stepped on a Lego before and wanted to kill yourself. Like, that's got to factor in here somewhere.
That's fucking pillars, Tyler.
If you step on, if you step on a Sour
drumstick.
Patch Kid, nothing happens. You step on a Lego, your life you want to die. Like, that is like some torture level shit.
Your life like flashes before your eyes.
Like,
dude.
you might as well be getting like stabbed in the jugular with like a rusty spoon. It's the exact same level of pain.
It's like a sub-pillar of thankful. Will it kill you if you step on it?
Yeah.
So
it's like,
that is just a new ranking system for all of these.
I guess to get us like to make any kind of progress, let's just compare the ones that we just talked about. So if we're comparing the Ninja Turtles, the Minions, and Legos, if we're taking just these 3 floats, what is the pecking order of these 3 floats? Not factoring anything else.
As much as it pains me, I feel as though the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fall to the bottom in this scenario.
False.
I think that we have like accurately described that all 3 of these floats fill the boxes in some way, shape, and form. But I think the Turtles are the one that fill it like to the minimum in a lot of cases. Some of them very well done, as you described, Tyler. But I mean, the fucking Minions, baby, that's like a fucking family TV movie fucking staple. Legos, that's one of the most givingest things ever. It's like they're like the kings of certain pillars here that like I just can't deny.
The Minions and Legos literally do not check a box, whereas the Ninja Turtles check all of them.
What are you talking about?
You cannot eat Legos, Kyle. You cannot eat Legos. Box not checked.
He's saying that 3 out of 4 boxes are checked.
They don't check one of the boxes.
They do not check one of the boxes.
The way you say it, it sound like
they accomplish nothing. These are the worst fucking...
No. Nothing.
No, the Minions and Legos do not check the food coma box. And the Ninja Turtles check literally all 4. So in my opinion, the Ninja Turtles have to go above those 2. They have to.
There's one float that I think deserves to be in this conversation, and that, of course, is the Crazy Glue.
Honestly, I mean, that's kind of fair.
Because...
But glue does hold a family together.
Well, yeah, but you don't
want kids do like eating paste.
Yeah,
so
but you don't want your kid fucking sniffing it either. Like... You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like,
okay. Are you ready for the Crazy Glue argument? Are we at that point in the podcast? Should I whip out the Crazy Glue discussion?
Do it.
All right. Listen up here. Look at this fucking float. Are you gentlemen looking at the Crazy Glue Funhouse float right now?
Sure am.
Pull that shit up right the fuck now. I don't know if you fucking forgot, but the middle of it fucking rotates. It fucking rotates.
I don't see what that has to do with anything, but
because it's fucking fun. Families love fun. Families go to fun houses. It's fucking carnivals. Have a great time in the fun fucking house.
That seems like a really like subjective. Like, my family likes fun. My family fucking hates fun. My family's like the antithesis of fun. They don't like doing any of that kind of shit.
So the majority of families like to have fun. I'm just going to make a broad statement. I would like to just blanket statement. Families enjoy
Roy
fun.
And Sue, I don't know what you've done to your son. Holy shit. To bring him to this level.
I'm just like, if my family saw this float, they would feel nothing except maybe some like low-key boiling hatred toward something semi-related to it.
Crazy Glue.
Crazy Glue.
But Crazy Glue itself, I feel like Crazy Glue is very Thanksgiving-esque.
Yeah, I agree.
Thanks. Whenever you break something, you're thankful for that glue. And whenever you break something, you be giving people that glue. Or if a mate is hungry, you can give them glue. Or if they want to get high, you can give them some glue. Family time. You can get very metaphorical and say that glue holds things together and could also hold a family together. If you were like glue technically can't fix a broken home, but like it.
But wow, is it a Band-Aid?
Yeah, it's better than therapy. And then eating so much you go into a coma. Kids fucking love eating glue.
Yeah,
from what I've been told.
Yeah, but that's not good.
it kind of checks the boxes.
No, but
I do kind of think it should be below the other 3 that we've talked about so far.
I mean, fair. I just wanted to give it a fair shout because, like, talking in all reality, if we're just talking about the floats, I think this is a very cool float in general. I just think it's, like, cool that the middle, like, is, like, the spinny thing, and it's a fun house, and that definitely does give me some family-esque vibes, you know? But, I mean, it's crazy glue. It definitely is a little tough to actually fill boxes without getting metaphorical and way outside of crazy glue. So I'm okay with putting it next to you guys.
I think it should be. I think Brennan has pulled a good one into the conversation.
Yeah.
Right.
We're gonna lock that in at 3rd from the bottom unless we have anything else that jumps out.
I'm fine with it. Still like to point out I brought up Sour Patch Kids, but you know.
Again, Sour Patch Kids are not happening yet.
Have you looked at that fucking float, dog? That float is just not impressive.
That's subjective as hell.
Sure is, but I don't give a fuck. Did you see the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles one? That thing's a fucking cityscape where they can have a fucking action scene on. Sour Patch Kids got a couple fucking, like, 2D buildings and a giant fucking clown. What's a clown got to do with Sour Patch Kids? What the fuck is going on?
So here's the thing. I think Ninja Turtles should be above it, so I can't even really argue with that. But I do think Sour Patch Kids should be above the Lego one, and I think it should be above the Minions one.
I don't agree, honestly.
I think it should be above the Minions one, but beneath the Legos one.
That I guess I can.
Why so? Give me your reasoning.
Because Sour Patch Kids, like, they're good, right? But you make a lot more family memories with Legos than you do with Sour Patch Kids.
Here's the thing, though.
Agree.
I made memories with Sour Patch Kids. This is not even a made up story. I'm not about to bullshit you. This is an actual story.
Oh no.
This is an actual fucking story. I think this was actually during Thanksgiving also. I had Sour Patch Kids, like just a box of them that I grabbed on my way there. And my grandpa saw them and he's like, what are you eating there, pal? And I'm like, oh, they're Sour Patch Kids. I don't know if you'd like them. They're sour candy. And he was like, oh, can I try one? And I was like, well, of course you could try one. You're my favorite person here in this building. So I handed him the box and he ate one and he was just like, ooh, that's pretty good. And then he just like proceeded to, I just like let him have the whole rest of the box. And then like the next time I went to his house, he had like 4 boxes of Sour Patch Kids there. He's like, I've just been going to town on these ever since you awoke me to the wonders of Sour Patch Kids. Sour Patch Kids brought my family closer together.
I'm now fucking woke.
I know.
you brought your
blasted
grandfather's eyes.
my grandpa's taste buds into like a new high that he hadn't experienced in decades.
You know what? That's enough for me to agree that it should be over Minions. But I'm in Brennan's boat. I definitely can't. I can't let it go over Legos. Legos is one of the most gifted things of all fucking time.
But you can't eat a Lego.
That's fine. You can't eat a lot of Sour Patch Kids unless you're you or your grandfather, apparently.
I'm sorry that we have stronger tongues than you. I don't know what to tell you.
I speak for the common man, not you superhumans over there, all right?
I don't know. Here's the thing. Because I agree with all the things you have said about the Legos. They bring families together. Everyone's thankful for Legos. Everyone's giving their Legos out. Ooh, Legos. Fun. But yes. Like, Sour Patch Kids.
Yes.
Thanks. I am thankful for Sour Patch Kids.
I don't understand how every argument about Sour Patch Kids is, I like Sour Patch Kids. I like to get given Sour Patch Kids.
Actual point. Have you ever seen... Shut up. Have you ever seen the ads for Sour Patch Kids?
I mean, yeah.
They're predicated on this whole, like, thing of, like, they're sour, then they're sweet. or whatever. Like there's the one of like the chick coming in late because she was out like giving herself away like a loose woman on a street corner or something, and she doesn't want her parents to like know what activity she's been up to, so she like sneaks back in through the house, and then the Sour Patch Kids come out and they're like blasting air horns, like waking up the house, and then they do something else that like makes up for it. They give her like clothes. I haven't seen the ad in a while, but that's beside the point. Then she's like, thank you, and then leaves. So she's thanking the Sour Patch Kids for letting them in. And they are giving her whatever that thing was she was thanking them for, as well as a hard time on the way in with the air horns. All boxes checked, my friend. This has to go above Legos because Legos is only checking 3 out of the 4.
No, brother, you are outvoted. I appreciate your attempts, but too many of these reasonings I've heard for Sour Patch Kids have just been, I like Sour Patch Kids.
but the ads are they do it justice.
That's, I mean, a fair point. But yet again, I think Brennan and I are in agreement that Legos should
Brennan,
be...
do you agree with Kyle?
Should Legos be above Sour Patch Kids?
Yes.
Fuck yeah. That's right.
I'm gonna have to send you these fucking ads later.
I mean,
you realize your mistake.
I know the ads. I just don't think...
fucking ads later.
Send you the receipts. God dang it. Just fucking...
I'm trying to focus on what actually happens, not what they want you to think happens.
Oh,
wow.
Shit.
Lay it on me.
Brass tacks. That's getting work.
I'm getting down to it, homies.
Jesus Christ.
All
okay.
Right. So,
I need to recap real quick because I'm getting lost in the sauce a little bit. So we have 10 is Treasure Hunt. 9 is Celebration Gator. 8 is Funhouse. 7 is Parade Day Mischief. Mm-hmm. Is that where we're at?
Yes.
Okay.
And then, are we putting Minions?
I think we are. I would like to.
Yeah. I think Minions deserves to be next.
Yeah. Even if they do check some boxes, they're still the fucking Minions. Like I don't want that to be watering down my Thanksgiving. Like if I hear a Minion make a noise, I lose my appetite for turkey and all things good in the world. I just want to put a bullet in between my eyes.
I don't want that fucking stigma on this ranking. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd also like to just kind of bring us back to the fact that we're ranking the floats and not the items. And I'd like to just... and the reason why, because like personally, I like just myself also enjoy Sour Patch Kids a lot and not so much the Minions. However, when you're looking at the floats and how they themselves channel these pillars, I think that the fact that it is a little bakery of sweets and that you could, throw back a lot of those, eat a lot of them down, and you could really gorge yourself on those guys, I think does the fact that really gives you that coma food-esque moment of the pillar more so than the Sour Patch Kid one does. Because in the Sour Patch Kid one, you don't even really focus on the actual candy. You've got like buildings and a fucking clown. Like where's the candy in that? In this, you've got food next to the family energy of the movie. I think that's why it should go up. Where's the candy in that? Kyle's famous quote. Where's the candy in that?
Can we bring Tom and Jerry into this conversation real quick? Because we have not talked about them yet, and I feel like they're coming up. That face is also going on the thumbnail because I didn't know you could give yourself that many chins.
Thank you. I'm able. Don't you worry. There's a lot of chins in there. It's just hidden by a beard.
Tom and Jerry just feel like they can't be much higher. Thanks. They're never thanking each other. They hate each other. Giving.
Did you watch the show?
The only thing they're giving each other is a hard time. Family time. If your family is sitting around watching Tom and Jerry in the year of our Lord 2022, fucking get some more channels, bud. There is better entertainment out there.
Get some more fucking channels.
Eating food until you fall into a coma, they probably eat on the show. I don't.
They do.
But not to the same degree as some of these other ones. You're comparing it to Pepperidge Farms, a company that literally makes food. You're comparing it to the Ninja Turtles, whose entire personality trait is eating pizza and killing people, but also eating pizza and being bros, but also eating pizza. I'm just saying, like, it's got to be coming up here soon.
Tyler.
I'd put Tom and Jerry under Legos. I'd fucking do that.
Tyler. The fucking pure disgust that I am feeling for you right now is unheard of. I've never been more insulted that you would think Tom and Jerry is coming. Have you even watched Tom and Jerry before?
When I was like 7.
Did you like pick up on fucking anything that was going on?
Yeah,
brother,
and a cat and a rat, and they don't like each other.
No.
You smooth-brained fuck. Listen to me here, bitch. All right, that whole show is about the goofy ha-ha hijinks that everyone laughed with their family for all the fucking time. That was one of the OG motherfucking cartoons that families got together and watched, had a great time, had a great family time laughing about together.
Yes, but Kyle,
bringing the family together. Listen, you fucking hold your horses, you blasphemous fuck. All right? This fucking cat and this mouse, all right? They're fucking going at each other. The age-old cat and mouse situation. But when it fucking counts, these two come together and are thankful for each other's abilities, and they give each other what they need, and that's love. All right? Fucking Tom and Jerry, in the end, they always come together. They work together. And that's the whole point of the fucking show, is though they see them as though they must be at odds all the time. That they come together, they fight the fucking dog together. They overcome things in the movies together. Dog. And then, don't even get me started about how the actual float is literally about the parade that it's in for Thanksgiving. It's about Parade Mischief and its little goose and gas based on the Thanksgiving Day parade. Dog, I'm gonna fucking pop a fucking blood vessel. I can't believe that you would think that this is next.
Counterpoint. The Tom and Jerry movie that came out in 2021 got a 30% on Rotten Tomatoes. So everything you just said means nothing.
Fuck about the Rotten Tomatoes. Don't make me think of Thanksgiving, Tyler.
I'm just saying, no one was thankful for that movie that the actual float is based on.
Tyler, I don't give a fuck about the movie. I don't give a fuck about the movie. I give a fuck about this fucking float is based off of Tom and Jerry.
The movie that came out in 2021.
An age-old.
It was promoting the movie.
Loved IP.
It was promoting the movie that came out. That got a 30% on Rotten Tomatoes.
The float itself is poking fun at the Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade.
Well, that just seems in bad taste. That's another reason to knock that down a peg. You can't be insulting my holiday in the parade that it's meant for.
I can't even believe you. Brother,
insulting.
I have no energy left to give to this. I have given my case.
Well, Brennan's going to give his 2 cents and he's going to side with me and then we're going to be fine.
Brennan, what do you got to say about Tom and
Give
Jerry's
us your wisdom.
Parade Day mischief?
I can see the argument of putting it beneath Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but I think that's about it. Yeah, the float might have been promoting a movie that came out that was utter dog shit, but the fact of the matter is like a lot of people back in the day watched Tom and Jerry together as a family. Now, yes, Tom and Jerry, lifelong enemies, but they knew when to come together and band together against a common foe. So obviously that's huge. Lots of thanks going around there. Giving, they were giving each other a hard time, but they were giving everybody else entertainment. Watching them like beat each other with fucking cast iron skillets and, sticking guns in fucking mouse holes, and they still come out the other side and shoot back at Tom. Like,
what antics?
Just the sheer fuckery that the show committed, and like the entire nation would like tune in and watch this shit. Like, that is huge. But I do see the argument, like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles like hitting the check marks like more on the head, while like Tom and Jerry kind of does like more like a roundabout approach. But due to the fact of how like monumental Tom and Jerry was like for years, I couldn't put it like super fucking low.
So you're saying that Tom and Jerry is more monumental than Legos?
Potentially, yeah.
I also like to point out that this is a ranking of Thanksgiving Day floats, and one of these floats that we're talking about right now is Thanksgiving themed.
Just because it's Thanksgiving themed doesn't mean that the IP is a better representation of the four pillars of the Thanksgiving spirit.
Is this ranking IPs in Thanksgiving spirit? No, they're ranking Thanksgiving Day floats that are based around IPs that are in the Thanksgiving Day parade.
That have to align with the four pillars of the Thanksgiving spirit, which we established up front.
Yes, we've wildly strayed from the idea of this entire tier list.
Ninja Turtles as a child with my family, my dad, my mom didn't give a shit. My sister did. With my dad, I thought to myself upon every episode, Jesus fucking Christ, these boys really do represent the four pillars of the Thanksgiving spirit. And my dad said, oh, they sure do, son. I agree. Ha. And then we would eat turkey together and laugh.
Like totally not even Thanksgiving, just like a random day,
we would have our
like,
Ninja Turtles
like
turkey
June.
and eat and feast and be merry.
They open the little red plastic container. Oh boy, honey roasted turkey, and just like throw it back to like strips.
We would eat a whole oven roasted turkey every Saturday morning when the new episode of Ninja Turtles came on.
Turkey and TMNT. What's a better pairing? Honestly.
I'd be like. Every week without fail, we would sit there with our little checklist of the four pillars of the Thanksgiving spirit as we did, because at my house, Thanksgiving reigns supreme. And even though we do it wrong, but we did it, and we sat there, and anytime Turtles would do anything, they would come and they'd be like, fuck you, Shredder, and I'd be like, check. That's they're giving out some ass whoopings today, and then they'd be like, shell-tacular, and like fist bump, and I'd be like, they're thanking each other as a family, check, and then my dad and I would like do like a kick flip and like high five, and then we would eat our turkey, and then we would go to sleep. It was Thanksgiving every Saturday in the Luke household.
All right,
because of the Ninja Turtles.
Listen. To get us a tad back on track here, I believe, I'm not mistaken, we're left with 5 floats right now. We're 5 floats.
Technically, yes.
So we have to really get down to it here. You know, we got to find those key ones that really channel that Thanksgiving, those pillars, baby. And let's not forget something that, Brennan and I fought for. But I think it's time, as you mentioned many times, Tyler, one of these floats that we already talked about is missing a pillar completely. Yes. And I think it's a fair shot that Lego got into the top 5 because it really does smash some other pillars. But the fact that it does not achieve a pillar, and we've gotten this high up, I think it's time to give Lego its place here. I think it's time.
I agree.
I think perhaps Lego should be number 5. As much as I love it. Which I love.
No, I agree, because I still am vehemently opposed to the fact that it's above Sour Patch Kids, but I understand I've been outvoted. But I agree. I don't think it should go any higher because you can't eat Legos.
Correct.
Unless you have like teeth made of steel.
I won't judge.
You have teeth made of feet.
Teeth made of feet? What? What?
Kids are always stepping on Legos, man.
What a haunting image.
Whoa.
Jesus Christ.
I'm going off the easy here, boys.
Lego should be number 5.
Okay, there's still 2 floats that we haven't actually talked about at all yet.
I agree.
That being Goldfish on Parade and the Colonel's Road Trip to New York City. I feel like we should just talk about these 2, and then we'll kind of...
Yes.
I feel like we'll be able to just kind of just toss them in order once we get through them. Goldfish on Parade.
Yes.
Goldfish are a very wholesome snack.
Sure.
I feel like whereas whales are like the tasty snack, whale crackers. They're like the bad boy snack, by comparison. It's a whale on a surfboard as the mascot. Like that guy does not respect the law. Like he's very like anti-establishment.
And you can
taste that in the sharpness of the cheese when you're eating those whale crackers.
I'm sorry.
Goldfish crackers are like the homiest shit in the world. Like you eat a goldfish cracker, you look at it, it's a snack that's smiling back, as they say, and you see it, and it's like looking into a grandmother's kitchen. It's very homely, it's very safe. Like you want to run into the bosom of your goldfish after a long, hard day at school. Like, you want to find comfort in that. So, like, thanks. You're always giving thanks for goldfish. They're there when you need them. They're a very comfort-heavy food. Giving. You give out goldfish when you want to help brighten a child's day. Or if, like, someone has them and you're in school and you don't have them, and you're like, I will trade you these goldfish for your cosmic brownie or something. It's a shit deal, but kids would do it, right? So like you can give in like lunchroom economy levels, like it's like currency, so you can physically give them out. Family time. Families eat Pepperidge Farms. Pepperidge Farms is a family company. And eating so much food you go into a coma. It's very easy to eat enough goldfish to go into a coma. They taste like nothing, so you can just fucking drink them like a liquid if you wanted to.
I would argue that this is actually a very difficult one to eat into. Yes, it fills the pillar of eating food to go into a coma because it by itself is food, thus you could eat enough of it to go into a coma. However, comparing this to the other food-esque float we have left, KFC, one of these is astronomically easier to just gorge yourself with and get to the point of a food coma than the other.
I never said this was the pinnacle of food coma. I just said it checks the box.
I would get sick of the goldfish before I got to the point of food coma with goldfish. Like, I wouldn't be able... I also, just like real quick, would like to not gloss over the fact that you tied surfing to not respecting the law in the middle of your entire metaphor. But, I just want to leave that out there that Tyler has opinions.
You ever seen a man, like, ride the crest of a wave and then go back and, like, adhere to, like, jaywalking laws? Like, no.
Adhere, like, simple rules.
They don't wear shirts, for Christ's sake.
Anyways, that's a conversation for another day. Perhaps another drama episode where we break down Tyler's drama with surfers. But no, Tyler, in general, I see your arguments for Pepperidge Farms. However, and while I think it does fill every category very adequately, category adequately. I don't think that it hits any of them like, yes.
I don't either.
It's not like
I never said that. I agree. I think that it's like they're there.
Yeah.
But much like the barely tangible taste of a goldfish cracker, it's there just enough to get the job done, but not enough to like leave a lasting impact.
Now I will say, when we're talking about the float, which we are here to do, the actual float is like a parade of goldfish within the parade of the Thanksgiving Day parade.
Meta.
And that is meta. It's very much, channeling that Thanksgiving Day Macy's parade spirit. So I like that. That's a big point to it for me, if I'm being completely honest with you, because this is yet again a tier list of floats. Let us not forget. And
to make another parallel, fish float in the water.
Dog. I have been swayed in such a way. Brennan looks so disappointed.
The fucking levels we are stooping to. Holy shit. Oh, fucking hell, dude.
Okay.
Where would you like to put the goldfish, Brennan? Why don't you weigh in on what goldfish mean to you?
That's what this podcast is now.
I think goldfish they do make a compelling argument to be top 3, I think. At the very least. Obviously, very good snack. People are very thankful, when they receive them. People are very awesome when they give them. Of course, family time, passing around a bag of goldfish. Yeah, pretty dope, not gonna lie. I do think I do think that the last point of eating so much you go into a coma. I've never had that happen to me eating goldfish. I don't think there's enough in a container, even in the big like fucking carton things. Like you won't go into a coma. You just get kind of sick of them, and then fucking roll the thing up and set it around for later.
Like
I agree,
stale.
but like the fact that they put it in a carton means that they're like preparing you for the possibility that can happen. They literally put it in a carton so you can drink it like a liquid, just fucking throw it back and just drown yourself with goldfish crackers.
I think the point is that it's like easier to like pour into a bowl or something. But
For children, yes. It's easier to pour into small, portionable bits that you wouldn't give yourself a coma on eating for your children.
I do think the point. The more we talk about this, though, I think there is kind of a clear number one.
It's Ninja Turtles.
No.
Oh, fuck no. You kidding me?
No. Fuck no.
Disrespectful.
Fuck no.
Do you think KFC is better than the Ninja Turtles in the capacity of the Thanksgiving pillars?
Yeah.
Listen,
Enlighten me, Brennan. You have the eyes of a fiery god of wrath.
So, do you know how many families in this country, middle class families, are thankful as fuck for payday when they stop at KFC, grab a couple buckets, and go home and feed their family? You realize how important KFC is to this fucking country? Huh? Do you know that?
Do you realize how important KFC is to this goddamn country?
Like I could
serving his nation.
Like, as crazy as it is, you can go to a place, all right, buy a fucking feast, all right, if you want to, of amazing original recipe, 11 herbs and motherfucking spices, all right, excellent, like, cheap-ass chicken, all right, you get the mac and cheese, get the mashed potatoes, you get the fucking, now they have fries, which are actually kind of fucking banging.
They're so good, actually.
They're actually some of the best fries out there, right? Like, bar none.
Really
Before
are.
that, even the potato wedges were pretty good, but, like, they've upped their game fucking significantly.
100%.
You also get, like, corn if you want it. Like you could
The
literally
biscuits.
buy...
You forgot the biscuits.
You
I'm
did forget
getting there.
the biscuits.
But yeah, you can get you can get the biscuits, like, you know... like, there's... Like, you could literally go to KFC and buy a feast for, like, not that much money, right? So, like, families all over the country, all right, buy this. Like I said, a lot of people do it on payday. You know, I want those, I knew a lot of kids, like, when it was payday for dad, like, he was going to go buy a fucking bucket of KFC, right? It's like, all right, let's fucking treat ourselves. We're fucking kings today, right? So, very thankful for that, all right? Dad's going to go out and make some money, get me some KFC, all right? Of course, when he gets home, he's giving it out. He's passing out fucking drumsticks, chicken breast, fucking wings. Here's the mashed potatoes. Hey, Dad, can you pass me the fucking mac and cheese? Hell yeah, son. Hand that to you. That's giving. Like, and then, of course, like, amongst all that, all right, family time, right? Everybody's around the table. Little Johnny talks about his day at school. Like, talking about this kid that picked on him, but he punched him because he finally stood up for himself. Like, all of this like, all this family stuff, like, so many bonds are created over the dinner table, right? And then, of course, the last one, the most important, eating so much food that you go into a coma, all right? If you buy enough, like, if you know, like, the stomach of your family and you buy enough chicken, that's extremely possible, right?
It's a lot of chicken in those buckets.
Yeah, I mean, like, you get, like, a 16-piece for, like, a decent family, like, motherfuckers are going to be full, and those people are going to fucking sleep. So, in my opinion, KFC should be number one.
Here's the thing.
For sure.
Because I agree with everything you said, but we're missing a very important factor here. The float specifically is the Colonel's, like, trip to New York City.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not KFC. But here's the thing. The Colonel...
Colonel was the Colonel of KFC, dog.
Yes.
So...
But here's the thing. There's a very important thing that we are not factoring in here. Because as most people are aware, the Colonel cursed a Japanese baseball team into never winning a game ever again because people found, like, they had KFC is very popular in Japan because of Christmas. It's a whole thing. This is an actual story. I'm not making this. This is a real thing. You can Google this and look it up. It's real. they got excited or mad or something, and they threw like a statue of Colonel Sanders into the river, and then their baseball team never won a game ever again. So, like, those people are not thankful for Colonel Sanders because he cursed them into losing for all of time.
So, one random little town or city.
It's not a random little
Japan.
town. It was fucking Osaka, Japan.
Okay, all right. So let me restate that. One not so big place in Japan, all right, outweighs the fact that KFC is a staple for an entire country of over 350 million people.
Where Thanksgiving is predominantly celebrated.
But the Hanshin Tigers have not won a game since 1985.
Shut the fuck up,
Who
Tyler.
cares?
Brennan, I am
the
100%
Hanshin Tigers
agreement
care.
with you.
The good people of Osaka, Japan care. Or we
Sucks
say
to
they don't
suck.
count. The
In
Ninja
this
Turtles haven't done
specific-
anything wrong to anybody. Okay?
In this specific situation,
If the Colonel has
fuck
hurt
'em.
at least one person, then that puts him below the Turtles.
What the fuck is this? Dude, the show's literally about them kicking ass and killing people and then eating pizza. Like, don't tell me they haven't hurt anybody.
All of the pillars are checked in so many capacities, and the fact that the Colonel has fucked up one time means that he's one tier below the Ninja Turtles. I'll give him second place. Hands down, I'll give him second place.
KFC is numero uno.
It can't be.
Numero
sure.
uno. I 100% agree with you, Brennan.
No, dude.
Tyler is
Hanshin
checks all the
Tigers
pillars.
fans are gonna be fucking livid in the comment section.
Like, they're gonna watch this. Oh my god. Like,
Yeah, somehow, because you said it so many times, it'll get to those fans, and they will see
the
it.
algorithm be like, fuck those guys. They like KFC.
No,
Oh.
Brennan, to clear the air here, I am 100% in agreement with you. Everything you said, expertly put. Expertly put.
I don't know how
was
you
waiting
couldn't
this-
be Tyler.
I know.
I didn't expect to have so much difference between us. I really didn't.
I didn't expect so much hatred for the Japanese people.
I don't hate the Japanese. It's just in the grand scheme of things, KFC has done way more good than curse a baseball team. Right?
But the Ninja Turtles have done good and have not cursed the baseball team. Is my
All right,
what do you-
Tyler, shut the fuck up. All right, we gotta get back on track here, because if you're over here channeling just like one specific incident, we gotta wrap this bad boy up before it becomes way too long here. All right,
Fine.
listen, we have
Chaos.
4 fucking floats left here. All right,
No, we've talked about them all. We just have to order them
Yes,
now, and I think
we
we know
do.
the order. I think it's
we sure do. And before we do confirm that order, let me point out that 3 of the 4 of these floats are based off the actual parade that they are representing. I'm just saying, before we get into these votes here, one of them does not have anything to do with the Thanksgiving Day parade.
except that the Ninja Turtles float depicts New York City, which is where the parade is held. So,
Sure. Sure.
and where hundreds of thousands of people celebrate Thanksgiving every year.
Yeah. I
mean,
think
like,
Ninja Turtles should be
factor
4.
that
I was gonna say, like, millions of people celebrate Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
No, but specifically in New York City is what.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, even then, it might hit the millions, but not like
I don't know
low
how many
millions.
people
Like 1 or 2, 3, maybe.
Either
Anyway,
way,
I think-
I don't know
my
the
vote-
population in New York.
In my opinion, I understand. I yield to the fact that you guys are wrongly putting KFC at the top. It wins by vote. That's fine. Whatever. I think the order of these should be as such. Number 4, Tom and Jerry. Number 3, Goldfish. Number 2, Ninja Turtles. Number 1, Colonel KFC Adventure.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Completely- No.
So you do think
I'm-
Ninja Turtles should be number 1? Okay.
No, I
see
think
you.
Ninja
I see you,
Turtles. I think Ninja Turtles should be number 4.
No,
I think
you fucking
everything-
idiot. No.
Every point
You're
as to
fucking
why they got to this
idiot.
point is completely fair. The family time, the eating the pizza. I love the turtles. Don't get me wrong.
You
And they
literally
definitely fill
said
the
like
pillars.
5 minutes ago that you cannot OD on Goldfish. So that wasn't going to be like a factor. But
Yes,
as we've
but-
established, the Ninja Turtles OD on pizza all the time.
Yes. But let's not forget, like I have stated many fucking times, and we forget that is the title of this godforsaken episode, is that we're here to rank godforsaken floats. And even though both the turtles and the goldfish check all the boxes, each with their own positives and different ones that outbeat the other evenly, one of these is about the Thanksgiving Day parade and one of them is about a TV show. So I believe that turtles should be 4, the goldfish should be 3, Tom and Jerry should be 2, and KFC number 1.
You are
that
so
is my
fucking
vote.
off base, kid.
That
Jesus
is, no,
Christ.
no. I that is my full vote. That is what I believe the order should be. Brennan, it comes down to you, my dog. How do you feel about these final 4 floats? But really 3, because we already have 1 locked in. Number 1.
Right.
The floats, Brennan. Don't forget the floats.
There's so
I'm
much riding.
fucking aware of the floats. Right. I do believe Tom and Jerry should be 4.
Yes! Suck my nuts, Kyle!
Look, listen to me. Listen to me. Listen to me. Okay. TMNT does fill out all 4 boxes.
So does the fucking Tom and Jerry. We taught
Yeah,
you even
but-
gave a fucking soapbox
Look.
speech about it.
Look, I got Tom and Jerry this far. I don't think I can get him any further. Right?
You
I just-
easily can.
I don't. Nope. I don't think so. Okay. It's a good show. All right. It brought a lot of families all around America together. Right. But its weakness is something that TMT does not have. Right. TMNT, not TMT. Holy shit. You know, those guys actually do go into comas. All right. Quite regularly. While in Tom and Jerry, it's few and far between. Right. Now, as far as where TMNT goes, I think it goes number 3. Right. Because Pepperidge Farm definitely leans a lot heavier into the thanks and the giving and the family time aspect than TMNT. You can't really, like, you're not necessarily eating yourself into a coma, but you're eating yourself until you're fucking sick of them, which I think is worse. But let's be fair here, all right? Then I think, Pepperidge Farm, Goldfish is number 2. I think KFC is number 1.
Guys, I'm upset. I'm not going to lie to you. Mainly because, like I've had to talk about many times, is that this is not, in fact, ranking IPs in the way that they fill the pillars of Thanksgiving. We're here to rank Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade floats.
Which are brought to us by the IPs that we are discussing today.
They sure are, but we're all looking at fucking pictures right now of which Tom and Jerry and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles accurately fill every single category. Don't get me wrong. Some stronger than others, but they all fill every category. And one of them is literally depicting the Thanksgiving Day Parade, and the other one is depicting the TV show. How does that not win in ranking
Because
Thanksgiving
the TV
Day
show
Parade floats?
takes place in a location that the parade takes place in real life. So it's all there. It's still a Thanksgiving float.
That is the loosest argument you could make
Anyway,
right now to get this in.
We're running out of time, so where we are at now, by vote, Tom and Jerry is locked in at 4. By vote, KFC is locked in at 1. Me and you, Kyle, have both taken a big L and a big W. So now we have to vote on the placement of the next 2. Brennan believes that it should be Goldfish as 2 and Turtles as 3. I believe vice
obviously.
versa. Kyle, you are
No.
the tiebreaker for these middle 2. And then
The
we are done.
easiest shit of my fucking life. The Turtles are number 3 because I will put them as low as possible in a ranking against 2 floats that are legitimately Thanksgiving themed. Are you fucking kidding me?
It's bullshit.
Come on.
bullshit.
I think the top 3 should have been the 3 that were actually themed off of Thanksgiving, like it was seeming it was going to
Technically.
happen, but it didn't.
Technically,
I'm
every
upset
Ninja
about
Turtles
it, but it's
thing
fine.
ever.
It doesn't matter.
both-
So
Technically,
it's fine.
every
Took a
Ninja Turtles
big-
thing ever is Thanksgiving themed because they embody Thanksgiving as the IP. Like, they are
That-
just
that's
Thanksgiving
fine.
the show.
I
so.
accept that as an argument. However, we're ranking fucking floats! So this is all fucking bullshit, because all we've been doing is talking about fucking IPs. But Kyle, it doesn't matter, it's done.
You had to know that this was gonna derail into IPs quick as shit. I mean,
that's how this is gonna go.
Like, as soon as we started the episode, I'm like,
sense. It made sense with the balloons because it was just a balloon of a character. There was nothing else going on with them unless they legitimately were like holding a fucking turkey that could like actually give them Thanksgiving. These actually depict things about the parade, about Thanksgiving on them. Like KFC's whole thing is that you're going from Kentucky to New York with a bucket of chicken in the parade on a float. That's awesome. That's fucking awesome. Let's not forget that's
so
also a reason why it's winning.
The one you're choosing to complain about.
Because we gotta talk about it because we're gonna talk about floats. We didn't even talk about the float, but we argued for it to be number one.
And we're out of time, so we're not gonna be talking about them anymore. We're done. We've locked everything in, and that's the end. So I'm gonna do a recap, and then we're gonna go.
This is so stupid! Why did we do this?
Best day of the year. Best day of the year. So here's the official ranking of the Thanksgiving floats. At number 10, we have the Treasure Hunt. Number 9, Celebration Gator. Number 8, Funhouse. Number 7, Parade Day Mischief. Number 6, Despicably Delicious. Number 5, The Brick Changer. Number 4, Tom and Jerry's Tourist Trap. Number 3, Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Number 2, Goldfish on Parade. Number 1, The Colonel's Road Trip to New York City.
Guys, I just realized something.
Wait, what?
I just realized something.
Yeah.
That we like completely failed to discuss. And I don't know how we all overlooked it. Tyler, you brought up the whole fucking commercials of like the Sour Sweet Gone thing with the Sour Patch Kids.
Yeah.
And the whole point of the float is that they're like trying to like pop other floats like the commercials. That's why it's called Parade Day Mischief. Cool. We missed the entire fucking point of the Sour Patch Kids float this entire time.
Well, it's too late now.
That would have been like top fucking 3 material.
Yeah, I'm pissed about it too, but we're out of time, and we've done what we've done.
This list is such bullshit. I hope this never gets watched.
Now you guys know how I felt about fucking gravy. Oh,
damn, if this is how you felt about gravy, I'm
food,
so
it's a fucking
sorry.
condiment. You guys are like, this is the best food ever. You fucking get out of here.
I'm glad that's how
I
you
still
feel.
bathe in gravy every year at Thanksgiving.
I mean, I do too, so I'm fine with it.
You came to Thanksgiving with my family the year after we made that episode.
I know.
Did you proceed to can you confirm the big gravy bathing?
The fucking gravy trough. I was like, wow, he really wasn't shitting me here. Like,
I'm glad it's confirmed canonically that does happen at the Tyler Luke house. Anyways.
So for the 5 people that watched this, thank you so much for watching our Thanksgiving special. It is quite literally my favorite thing that we make all year. As sad as that is,
dumb.
It's screwed. So thank you for watching this, and if you liked it, please give it a like, because that would help us out a lot. And comment below, what are you thankful for?
Not this.
Shut up. If you're not subscribed to Talks a Lot Boys and you enjoyed this for whatever reason, then maybe consider subscribing. And if you want to unsubscribe after this, I get that too. And you have the freedom to do whatever you want. Yeah. Happy Thanksgiving. I hope it's full of lots of gravy and fighting. We've been the Talks a Lot Boys. We'll talk a whole lot more next time. Bye-bye!